Meet Katie Thurston, a girl whose energy could light up the whole block and whose curiosity always seems to get her into something interesting. And Beverly Ortega, her best friend since kindergarten. Together, they're an unstoppable duo, always searching for the next big thrill, whether it's a backyard science experiment or a wild new idea. Katie's the bold one, never afraid to try something new, with a laugh that makes everyone around her smile. Beverly's the brains. She can fix anything, from broken radios to complicated gadgets, and she's always tinkering with something. On this particular sunny Tuesday, the girls found themselves in Beverly's garage, a place overflowing with half-finished inventions, scattered tools, and wild ideas scribbled on sticky notes. Beverly had just dragged home a strange old TV she'd found at a yard sale, complete with rabbit ear antennas and a mysterious hum that made it seem almost alive. The girls decided to fix it up, dreaming about all the classic cartoons and wacky shows they could watch together once it worked. They joked about inventing their own TV channel, just for fun. As Beverly twisted a rusty knob, the screen suddenly burst to life, exploding with swirling rainbow colors that danced across the walls and ceiling. In an instant, a wild electric energy filled the room. The air seemed to buzz and crackle. The TV was definitely more than it appeared. The swirling colors spun faster and faster, forming a glowing vortex that seemed to reach out and pull them off their feet, as if the whole room was spinning out of control. Whoosh! Suddenly, they were tumbling through a tunnel of light and sound, clutching each other tightly as the world around them blurred into streaks of color and noise. Boinks, zaps, and even a distant duck quack echoed all around them, mixing with the whooshing wind and making the whole experience feel like a wild, cartoonish roller coaster ride. Then, thud, they landed with a bounce on something soft and green, like a giant marshmallow or a pillow made of grass, breaking their fall in the strangest way. Blinking in the dazzling light, the girls slowly sat up and looked around. Everything was sharper, brighter, and bursting with color. Nothing like the world they knew. The garage had vanished completely. In its place was a world that felt both familiar and totally new, as if they'd stepped into a dream. It took a moment to sink in, but then they realized they'd fallen right into a cartoon, where anything could happen. With wide eyes and racing hearts, Katie and Beverly knew this was the start of something incredible. Their wildest adventure was just beginning. And as they took their first steps into this vibrant new world, one thing was certain: this was going to be unforgettable. The world around them was pure cartoon magic. Crayon blue sky, giggling flowers, and purple-orange trees. Every corner seemed to burst with color and life, as if the whole place had been drawn by a child's wildest imagination. The air even sparkled with a hint of mischief, promising surprises at every turn. Katie bounced to her feet, floating a second longer than normal, as if gravity itself had decided to play along. "Beverly, look at this place," she called, her voice echoing with cartoonish cheer. Beverly poked a polka-dotted mushroom, which wobbled and made a sprowing sound. The mushroom giggled, sending a few sparkles into the air, and Beverly's eyes widened in delight. They looked at each other, now cartoons themselves, with bouncy movements and bright clothes that seemed to shimmer and shift with every step. Every gesture came with a silly sound effect, from boings to whooshes, making even the smallest movement feel like part of a slapstick show. They burst out laughing, thrilled by the weirdness and the sense that anything was possible here. "Rule number 1 of cartoons: anything can happen," Beverly said, grinning as her voice briefly echoed with a comical reverb. Right then, a yellow brick path appeared out of nowhere, winding through the hills and sparkling in the sunlight, as if inviting them to follow. "Adventure's waiting!" Katie grinned, grabbing Beverly's hand with a flourish, her eyes shining with excitement. With excitement and zero fear, they set off down the path, ready to discover what other wonders Toonville had in store for them. Toonville was ready for them, and their adventure was just beginning. Their first challenge? A giant grumpy banana with googly eyes and legs, charging right at them. "Run!" Katie shouted, and they dashed off, cartoon legs spinning. The banana monster was fast, but teamwork was faster. Beverly pointed to a field of pancake trampolines. They bounced away, laughing as the banana struggled to follow. But it kept coming. Katie called, "We need a plan." Beverly spotted a giant chocolate syrup bottle. Monsters hate messes. Cartoon logic. They bounced to the bottle, tipped it over, and sent a wave of syrup down the hill. Splat! The banana slipped, now a chocolate-covered mess. High five. Challenge complete. Teamwork and quick thinking saved the day. Onward to the next adventure. The yellow path led to Crayon Canyon, a place unlike any they'd ever seen. Towering walls of giant crayons stretched high above, their colors melting into the sky. Far below, a sparkling river of glitter shimmered and twisted, catching the sunlight in dazzling patterns. But there was no bridge, no easy way across, just a wide, daunting gap between the two sides. How do we cross? Katie wondered aloud, her voice echoing off the colorful cliffs. The canyon seemed impossible, and for a moment, the girls hesitated, searching for a solution. Beverly's eyes sparkled as she noticed something unusual. Crayon steps, jutting from the canyon walls, almost like a secret path waiting to be discovered. "We can jump across. Together," she said, her confidence giving Katie courage. They took a deep breath, ready to face the challenge side by side. Beverly leaped first, landing on a sturdy red crayon. Katie followed, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. They hopped from crayon to crayon, red, blue, green, yellow, balancing carefully and helping each other along the way. Each jump brought them closer, their laughter echoing through the canyon. On a tricky jump, Katie's foot slipped on a slick crayon, but Beverly reached out just in time, grabbing her hand and pulling her up. Their teamwork made them braver. Only one big leap remained. The gap looked huge, but Beverly squeezed Katie's hand. "Let's do it together," she said, determination shining in her eyes. Holding hands tightly, they counted. 1, 2, 3, their voices ringing with hope and excitement. Together, they soared over the glittering river, landing safely on the other side with a triumphant cheer. They tumbled into a laughing heap, hearts pounding with joy and relief, feeling unstoppable after their daring adventure. Crayon Canyon was conquered, thanks to trust, courage, and teamwork. Their friendship had carried them across. Every challenge made them stronger, braver, and more ready for whatever came next. The adventure wasn't over yet. With hearts full of wonder, they hurried on, knowing something magical waited just ahead. At the end of the path, a shimmering portal hovered, just like the TV's swirling vortex. "That's our way home!" Katie cheered. They ran toward it, feeling the familiar zappy energy. Standing before the portal, they squeezed hands, grinning. "Best adventure ever," Katie said. "Because we did it together," Beverly replied. They stepped through the portal, whoosh, tumbling through light and sound. The cartoon colors faded, replaced by the soft light of Beverly's garage. They landed on the concrete floor, laughing. Everything was as they'd left it, except for a tiny speck of rainbow glitter on Katie's shoe. They looked at each other and burst out laughing. It was real, every wild moment, and they'd never forget it. Back in the real world, things seemed a little less colorful, but their friendship was brighter than ever. They'd learned that teamwork and courage could turn any day into an adventure. The old TV stayed unplugged, a secret reminder of Toonville. Sometimes, when the light hit just right, they'd spot a flicker of rainbow on the screen. The best adventures are the ones you share with friends. So be brave, be curious, and bring your best friend along. Who knows what magic you'll find? For Katie and Beverly, this was just the beginning. Adventure is always out there, if you're ready for it. The end, or maybe the start of something new.